First new knife of 2025. Let's take a look. Pop it open with the good old trusty Rexford Rut. This is the Urban EDC Special Edition. Probably my favorite utility knife, actually. I have two ruts. But that's not what this is about. This video is about this package right here, which I actually noticed right when I peek in here that it has the addresses on the inside of the package too, so I'm going to skip ahead so we don't give away anybody's addies. I did buy this secondhand, got it off of a good gentleman off of Reddit, and it is a bundle. So if you take a look there, got a deep carry pocket clip for it. We also have some titanium scales for it. These are milled and anodized. I don't know who made these, neither does the guy who sold them to me. He bought them secondhand himself. This is where I got confused when I saw the Kaiser pouch. I was like, oh. Let's take a look in here. Okay, not a Kaiser. This is what we bought, and it is the Spyderco Shaman. It's actually the CPM 15V Sprint Run with the brown G10 for the scales. And do I have something to say about these scales? But we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's take a look at the knife. Let's quick little open here. Okay, this is a brand new knife, apparently. It has not been carried or cut with. It is a seconds from the Spyderco store, but its action shows that it's definitely not broken in yet. And we'll see if that gets better as I carry it. But, you know, that's something pretty per usual for a brand new knife, in my opinion. But let's jump into some tech specs. 3.58 inch leaf blade, 0.145 inches thick, brown G10 handles, 4.67 inches closed, 8.25 inches open, and comes in weighing at 5.1 ounces. Super sturdy compression lock. This thing locks up no problem. Detent is rock solid. Action on this really good. I imagine it's only going to get better as it breaks in. Solid factory edge from Spyderco. I haven't done too much cutting with it as I've only had it for a few days, but from what I have done with it so far, hasn't let me down. I do want to take a look here real quick and show you guys what it looks like riding in the pocket. I'm not a big fan of having the butt of my knife stick out like that. I'm going to definitely be using that deep carry pocket clip that you guys saw when I opened up the box. But here's for those of you that do keep the stock clip. That's about what you can expect, looking like hanging out of your pair of jeans. So it is a heavier knife. 5.1 ounces doesn't sound like much, but it is substantial. You can feel it in your pocket. That's a good thing for me personally. I am a big proponent of doing the tap your pockets before you leave anywhere, so you make sure you don't leave anything behind. And it's nice when you have a knife that you don't even have to touch the pocket and you already know, like, oh yeah, that's still there. I would say I have very particular preferences in terms of knife sizing. I either like my knife very small or pretty big. All the stuff in the middle seems to get lost in the mix for me. The Shaman, though, checks the big knife boxes for me. It's the right size, the right thickness, feels good in the hand, in the pocket. You know it's with you. And yeah, just overall solid knife. But let's now compare it to my current favorite in the rotation, my Spyderco Domino. I have to say, I feel like these guys have, you know, a fairly similar ergonomic. It's not quite the same, but they're both still in that nice range of comfortability in the hand. The sizing overall looks the same, you know, when you just look at them both laying flat down there next to each other. But there's some substantial differences in the thickness of not only the handles, but obviously the blade as well. So let's take a quick deeper dive, take a look at some of those details and see what I'm talking about. Here you go, side by side. You can see the Shaman is thicker than the Domino. It doesn't look like much to the eye, I think, but you definitely can feel it. Whether you've handled these knives together or on separate occasions, it's pretty noticeable. The blade stock, though, is very noticeable. much thicker blade on the Shaman compared to the Domino. And then the final thing I want to touch on is a textural difference. This is a laminate over carbon fiber, and it still has more texture than this brown G10. I do not like these scales. I will be changing them, and this is really, I think, my only gripe I have with the Shaman. For a sprint run, a little disappointing. But yeah, other than that, I really like this thing. I like the Shaman. Take one last look in hand. It fits good in hand, fits good in pocket. It is a heavier knife. It's not too heavy. Great edge, great material on the blade. I'm normally a big fan of G10 handles, but these ones just aren't doing it for me. It looks like there's texture to them, but they feel so smooth most times in the hand. I'm sure that they would probably break in a little bit better over time, but I just feel like with a good Spidey flick, I'm going to send this thing out of my hand. So that's going to change. But other than that, like I said, I really like this thing. The Shaman's very nice. Definitely going to stay in the collection. I can't foresee this going anywhere, but we're going to mod it a little bit. As you can see, I bought the bundle because I was already interested in modding this thing, but after feeling it in hand, it's going to happen much sooner than later. If you guys want to see a video on that, the titanium scale installation, let me know. Drop a line in the comments. If you disagree with me, let me know. If you hate the Shaman, let me know. But other than that, I like it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.